Today we got Bane taking on Catwoman. Who wins? Well, let's find out. Forced to serve a life sentence for the crimes of his father, Bane was born and raised in the underground prison Pena Duar. There, he forged himself into the pinnacle of physical and mental potential, all without seeing the light of day. Escaping the Gotham City, Bane pitted himself against Batman and became famous as the man who broke the bat. Bane has trained for years and years to be in perfect physical condition, and his strength, stamina, agility, and coordination are so great that it could possibly be compared to a metahuman, even though Bane is still just a human. He's also an expert fighter, having actually created his own fighting style in prison, and has defeated countless opponents throughout the DC universe, even defeating Nightwing, and famously breaking Batman's back. Bane is really known for his VENOM drug though, which is a strength-enhancing super steroid. By using this drug, Bane can enhance his already impressive strength, to where he can lift 2 tons, but that depends on how large the dosage is. The VENOM also gives him peak human speed, and accelerated healing, incredible stamina, and increases his durability to the point where bullets from most firearms only do superficial damage. But Bane didn't just train his body to physical perfection, but he trained himself to mental perfection as well. He is one of the most cunning and disciplined minds in the DCU, and is an expert in multiple different sciences, languages, strategy, and history. Bane has a photographic memory, which allows him to easily study and understand the actions and movements of an opponent. Unlike other intellectual villains, Bane is able to strongly focus on his goals, without any obsessive tendencies clouding his judgment. He was even able to figure out that Batman was Bruce Wayne, with little support or investigation. Then, in the corner, Catwoman. Catwoman, the costumed alias persona of Selina Kyle, is a cat burglar with an on-again, off-again romantic relationship with Batman. She's shown as a woman who is very strong-willed, independent, and morally dubious. Selina is comparable to an Olympic-level athlete, and is surprisingly strong. In fact, Catwoman is strong enough to cut steel for whips. Has actually taken down a helicopter before by pulling on its rear rotor. Her greatest asset, though, is her speed and agility. She is a gifted and accomplished acrobat, and she's so great that you could argue that it's almost a superhuman ability. Guns are basically a joke to her, and she's consistently been able to dodge point-blank shots throughout her entire career. Selina has been trained by the Armless Master in martial arts, and by Wildcat in boxing and street fighting. She's proficient in boxing, hapkido, jiu-jitsu, karate, and dragon-style kung fu. And her hand-to-hand skills are even further enhanced, thanks to her cat-like speed, reflexes, and flexibility. Catwoman is known as a dangerous, clever, and resourceful fighter, and will launch precise and agile attacks, then a speedy getaway. She's defeated Tim Drake multiple times, beat Wildcat, and has actually beaten Batman before, although you could argue how hard Bruce was actually trying in that fight, whether or not emotions got in the way. However, Batman did describe her as a world-class fighter, and one of the smartest people he's ever met. Selina excels when it comes to stealth, and has been able to sneak up on large groups of people, and even Batman and Robins, while they've been on patrol. She's also arguably one of the best thieves in the DC universe, and has actually used these skills in combat before, by the time she stole Batman's utility belt. Catwoman's costume is designed to maximize her flexibility and stealth, and comes with razor-sharp claws in her gloves, and spring-action climbing batons in the boots. These are made of strong steel, and able to shred through a bulletproof vest, slice a gun in half, and dig into surfaces in order to climb. She's also highly proficient with her 12-foot-long bullwhip, and she said she can use it faster than the speed of sound. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, just to make this fight a bit more fair, because Bane really is an absolute beast, he won't be given his Venom in this fight. And while this might seem like a big problem for Bane, especially in terms of strength and durability, you'd be wrong. He's still a monster. For starters, Bane is still significantly stronger than Catwoman, even without Venom. He's ripped off a man's arm and obliterated a guy's head with one hit, punched straight through a metal door, ripped through prison doors and iron grates, and he's knocked out Man-Bat and Batman with just one punch. So yeah, Bane is ridiculously strong, even without his Venom. He's also still crazy durable. I mean, he still ripped off a man's arm after being shot, and tore through a metal collar that was designed to kill him if he ever tried to remove it. He's been shot multiple times and didn't react, was stabbed and didn't react, was shot in both arms and kept on fighting, and when Catman attacked him, Bane acted like he didn't even feel his punches. He's even surprisingly fast and agile for a man of his size, like when Bane blitzed and took down a gunman before he could even pull the trigger, deflected bullets. He's actually repeatedly killed cops before they could fire at him. So yeah, even without his Venom, Bane is still a beast. He's massively powerful, and is still much stronger and more durable than Selina. However, that's not to say that Catwoman isn't strong or tough. She's actually surprisingly strong, especially given her size and build. She's broken and shattered steel chains before, kicked a guy through a brick wall, smacked a guy so hard in the concrete that she cracked it, and absolutely launched people into the air for punches or kicks. On top of that, Catwoman has used her whip to cut steel, literally turn over a whole van just by pulling on it, and she's even pulled a helicopter out of the air by pulling on the tail rotor. Now, granted, these feats are nothing that Bane can't easily replicate, but the point is that Selina is surprisingly strong. She's also very durable. I mean, she even survived her apartment exploding around her, with essentially no injuries. And one time, a little rocket car fell out of the sky and landed on her, and she was fine. However, where Catwoman really shines, and far outclasses Bane, is with her speed and agility. I mean, Selina is on par with someone like Nightwing in this area. You could even argue this is the area with the biggest gap between them, and that they're farther away in speed and agility than they are in strength and durability. Catwoman really is that fast and agile. For starters, she is a consistent bullet dodger, even at point-blank range and from multiple directions. She's even danced around bullets before that she couldn't see, or shots fired from Deadshot himself. I mean, Catwoman has treated highly skilled assassins and fighters like they were children, dancing around them, and they couldn't even begin to touch her. Batman himself has repeatedly had a difficult time catching up with her in a fight. All in all, Selina's just proven that she's leaps and bounds above Bane, and the fact that he's attacked cops before they could shoot him just can't compare. Even when he tagged a not-so-serious Nightwing, just pales in comparison with everything that Catwoman has done. So, what we've got right here is the classic case of strength and durability versus speed and agility. But, like we all know, it's never that simple. We're going to look at fighting skill. And on top of that, we've definitely got to look at Catwoman's whip and see how that's going to play into the fight. Now, Selina is actually a very skilled fighter, being trained at both Wildcat and Richard Dragon. Batman has called her a world-class fighter, one of the smartest people he's ever met, and she's fought against or beaten Batman, Tim Drake, Nightwing, Black Mask, Batgirl, Hellhound, Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, Hush, Catman, and even Prometheus. Her claws are sharp enough to slice through Batman's armor, kill a man by slicing his throat, and even puncture through concrete or cut a gun in half. And then her whip is able to cut through concrete and steel, move at the speed of sound, and even create a sonic boom when it lands. And she's crazy skilled with that bullwhip. I mean, she's used it to disarm people before, even when they're pointing the gun directly at her, choke people out, and in a fight with Poison Ivy, she's even shown enough skill to catch a bottle in midair, and then hurl it directly into Ivy's eyes. Catwoman is also a big fan of using her agility in combat, to where she'd rather flip and jump around and dodge an attack rather than simply blocking it. In fact, Bane and Catwoman have had brief encounters in the past, and Selina's always able to jump and dance around Bane and dodge his attacks. So she's definitely got a chance at coming out on top here, if she uses her speed and agility in the fight, which she usually always does, and uses her whip and claws to keep Bane at bay. However, I think Bane is winning this one in the end. For starters, he's also a very skilled fighter. He's torn through the League of Assassins before, defeated Nightwing, killed over 30 men while imprisoned with his bare hands, and he's consistently fought against Batman. And since Bane has fought against Bruce and Dick in the past, that means that he's able to keep up with their level of speed and agility. Granted, Selina probably used agility more in a fight than those two, but still, Bane has fought against agility before. Finally, I really just don't see how Catwoman can put Bane down for good. Yeah, she can injure him with her claws or whip and dance around his attack, but I don't think she has enough power to put him down. I mean, Bane's durability is real crazy, being shot and stabbed multiple times, and he didn't react and kept on fighting. On the other hand, Bane has enough power to eventually just smash in Catwoman's face if he really wanted to, or just break her back over his knee. Bane is just too tough, and Catwoman doesn't have the power to consistently put him down, even if she can prolong the fight and keep it going with her speed and agility. Bane wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sound off in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe button. More videos this one every single day. And I'll see you next time.